welcome back. Hi, Finn. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Isley. Okay, let's do some checking off on our schedule. We're gonna check off music. Next on our schedule is a little bit of science, just a super short science. And then Miss Eccles is gonna come for library. Then we're gonna do some math, story time, and then we'll be done. Okay, everybody. So for science this week, we're doing something fun because we're doing an experiment. You know, our ice cube challenge, our ice cube experiment. We learned that the sun gives us light and the sun also gives us heat, right? We're gonna do an experiment to see how fast the sun can melt an ice cube that's in the shade versus in the sun, right? So tomorrow, yes, and then Catherine is showing her plans, right? Then last week we made our plans for our ice cube structures. Well, tomorrow, if you're at home, your parents are gonna let you use some things to build your shade structure, right? And if you're at school, you'll be using these things to help build your shade structure. We're gonna start building tomorrow. But for today, it's finally sunny outside today. It's finally sunny. So, or in Austin at least, Charles. So if you're at home and you have an adult, a grown-up, it could be a nanny, a babysitter, a mom, a dad, an aunt, uncle, whoever is home with you, a grown-up, ask them if you can go outside for 2 minutes. And I want you to stand in the shade and feel the heat from the sun, and then go stand directly in the sun and feel the heat. See if it's hotter in the shade or hotter in the sun, okay? So kids in the classroom, we're gonna line up and we're gonna go outside for just 2 minutes. We're gonna be right back. And we're gonna stand in the sun and then stand in the shade. And we're gonna see if it's hotter in the sun or hotter in the shade, okay? That's our plan. We'll meet back in 2 minutes, everybody. Okay, Colin. Ford, line up. Wheeler, line up. We're just gonna go outside for 2 minutes. Harrison, line up. Elliot, line up. Vina, line up. All right. And we don't need water bottles. We're just gonna go outside for 2 minutes. I need my water bottle in case I get perfect. Me too. All right, Ford, you're my water bottle. Okay, you ready? And that's coming outside.
They're still outside. The classroom is.
They'll be there in 1 second.
It's library. Yes.
Okay, kids at home, were y'all able to go outside and feel the difference between the sun and the shade? Yeah, it wasn't too sunny outside today. It was kind of cloudy, so it was a little bit hard to see. But did you feel that the sun was way warmer, right? It was way warmer in the sun than it was in the shade, right? So, yes, Charles, what do you need?
Could go out cause it's not that much of a sunny day, and
I know.
on the cold, so we can't ask.
Yeah, it's been not very sunny lately, so we haven't had much luck with that. But hopefully when we do our ice cube challenge on Thursday, it'll be really sunny for us. Aya, what do you want to say? And then we'll start music, sorry.
I accidentally already did my ice cube test because I was just too excited to do it.
That's okay, don't worry about it. You can watch us do it, okay? Don't worry. Okay.
I also found out that the sun one melted faster than the one in the shade.
Uh-oh, spoiler alert. I have found out that the one in the sun melted way faster than the one in the shade, she said. Okay, Harrison, put your mask on, please. No, that does not sound.
Yeah,
Let me,
it doesn't work.
That's so weird.
When I do the link, it's like, you know how it's like a long link? It highlights like part of it when I tap on it. So weird.
Let me,
It's okay. I'm looking through my email. Okay. I know you sent that.
okay, I was gonna say I could email again, but if you.
I think I got it. I just have so many little things.
I know. It's just, it's been crazy.
There's your Zoom password. Okay, I'm gonna write it down somewhere.
Yes. Do you need a new one? I'll get you a new one. Okay, kids at home, we're gonna check off science. Next on the schedule is library.
Hey, when was science?
We just went outside to check. We only had 10 minutes for science today, super duper fast science. We just went outside to feel the difference in heat between standing in the sun and standing in the shade.
I didn't do that.
That's okay, Aya. You can do it anytime you want. You can, if you ask your grown-ups, you can do it anytime you want. Okay.
All right. Just gonna enable screen sharing. All right. Hi, friends at home. It's time for library. So we're gonna do some games and a story today.
Hi, there's
and
two of
possibly
you.
some coloring. I know there's two of me because when I come to your classes now on Zoom, I join Miss Vanderen's Zoom room while I'm in the room here, but I join with another device, and I can show you what it looks like. This guy right here, and this is how I actually share the books and the game that we're going to play.
Oh, cool.
Okay?
So you're actually multiplying.
Yes, I am doing two things at once. So fun, but it's so good to see you all. Friends at home, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you should see a picture of what? See a bridge. Yeah, and a castle. This is actually in Rome. I went with St. Francis School to Rome. All right, so we have a plan today, which a plan can be called an agenda. And this is what we're gonna do today. The first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna play a mystery animal game, because our theme this week is animals, and we're gonna do some coloring, and then on Wednesday, hopefully some cutting and gluing that's gonna have to do with animals and pets. We're gonna kind of think about the idea of fiction and nonfiction. We're gonna meet the author of our story, then we're gonna have it, and maybe a little time for coloring today. So that's our whole plan for today. before I say goodbye.
Are we gonna do another?
Another what? Another story?
Hey, I know the book we're gonna read.
Oh, wait, hold on. I can't hear what Ford's saying because I think I hear a few other voices. A what kind of story? A nonfiction. Oh, a nonfiction story. Ooh, we may not get to the nonfiction story today, but if we don't get to the nonfiction story today, we'll start with it on Wednesday. But we're going to start with a nonfiction game. This is called Mystery Animal. So I'm going to show you on a slide a zoomed in, so super up close picture of an animal. And then I'm going to tell you a few clues about that animal, some nonfiction true things about that animal. If you think you figured me out and you know what that animal is, you are going to raise your hand so that you can guess. So friends who are learning from home can raise their hands and guess. Friends who are learning here in Miss Vanderendy's room can also raise their hand and guess. Okay? So what animal are we seeing right here? Oh, raise your hand first, friends. All right, Wheeler. Wheeler says giraffe. Wheeler, you're 100% right. Now, this one's a little bit trickier. What zoomed in part of the giraffe's body are you seeing right there?
Legs.
Who sees? Okay, I sees. What are we seeing?
Legs.
Legs. Charles, is that what you were going to say too? You can nod your head. I heard some friends in here. All right, here, we're going to do it for real now. The picture you're going to see is only the zoomed in parts. All right. Ooh, Ford wants to guess before he gets any clues. All right, Ford.
Koala.
Ford guesses koala. I'm not going to tell you for sure yet. All right, Birdie is ready to guess.
A polar bear.
A polar bear guesses Birdie. Okay. Wheeler's got a guess.
Porcupine.
A porcupine? Wheeler's guess is porcupine. All right, Harrison.
Honey badger.
A honey badger. Okay, so we've got some guesses all out there now. Now I'm going to share some facts, some nonfiction information about this animal. This animal smells between 10,000 and 100,000 times better than a human. That's fact number one. All right, I'm going to give you fact number two and then see if anybody else has a guess. Fact number two, this animal, when they look out of their eyes, they can see black and white and blue and yellow, but not so much red and green. They can't tell the difference in those colors. All right, Isley's got her hand up. She's waiting patiently with a guess. You can unmute, Isley, or I'll send you an unmute message.
I'm guessing that it's a dog.
Isley is guessing dog. Okay. Ford has another guess.
Panda.
Panda. Wheeler is another guess.
Skunk.
A skunk. Okay. So guys, I'm going to give you a couple or maybe two more facts, and then we're going to reveal the mystery animal. And I will say that somebody has guessed it correctly. This animal, when they get hot, maybe they've been out in the sun too long and not in the shade, and they need to cool off, they don't sweat through all of their body. They can only sweat through their paws and by opening their mouth, and you can't see it because I'm wearing a mask, but if you're at home, you could do it. I see Birdie's kind of doing it through panting. All right. Any guesses? Isla, what's your guess?
Dog.
Dog. All right. Here. I hear dog from Miss Vanderendy's classroom. Guess what? My kindergarten biologist have figured it out. It's a dog.
Yes.
Yes. First round of mystery animal game. You guys smashed it.
Now can we do another one?
Oh yes, we're gonna do another one. I've got several mystery animals for you all to meet. All right. Isn't this puppy cute though?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sending card hands to the
How
puppy.
can it not be cute?
All right, so let's make sure we're not shouting out. Here's our next mystery animal.
Fish.
So when this mystery animal is in a group, it's not called a family necessarily. It's usually called a
Fish.
school. I'm going to somebody who's raising their hand and not shouting out. Charles, you have a guess about this mystery
A
animal?
fish.
Charles
A
says
fish.
fish. All right, the rest of our friends, if you also think it's a fish, you can nod your head. Nod your head.
I think it's a goat.
Okay, guys, we got it right. Now raise your hand if you can tell me which kind of fish, if we think we know that.
I know what kind of fish.
Okay. Ooh, Vina hasn't got to say anything. Vina, what kind of fish?
A goat.
Vina says goldfish. All right, other kindergarten biologists, nod your head if you agree. You think Vina's figured out it's a goldfish. Guess what? It's a goldfish.
Another one.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a hard question before we do the other one. Goldfish breathe through what part of their body? I heard it all over the place here. Charles is raising his hand though. Charles, can you tell me?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, goldfish breathe through not lungs, but
Gill.
gills. Our friends helped us out. So kindergarten biologists figured it out again. All right, we got another one.
Monkey.
Oh, I love the way we raised our hands.
I haven't got a turn to say it.
All right, Birdie.
Monkey.
Monkey. All right. So I have a question about monkeys. Now this is a true or false. So if you think I'm telling you the truth, nod your head. You think I'm telling you something made up, shake your head. Monkeys do not have tails. If you think it's true that they do not have tails, nod your head. If you think they do have tails, you'll shake your head. I see Elliot is shaking her head. I see Colin is shaking her head. His head. And that is because, Colin, do monkeys have tails? Yes, Colin says monkeys have tails. They do have tails. You got it right. All right, here's another thing. Monkeys live in the desert mostly. Is that true?
No.
People are shaking their heads. Can any of my kindergarten biologists raise their hand and tell me, where do monkeys mostly live? Where will you find them?
Jungle.
All right, I'm going to Islet. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Islet. Where do monkeys live?
Jungle.
Monkeys live in jungles or in rainforests. That's right. All right, here's our little monkey. Isn't he cute?
He's so adorable.
He's so cute. All right, one more before our story. I am gonna have to get some trickier animals. Guys, you found the cat. Here's the cat. All right.
Giddy go go giddy giddy
Facts
go
about a
giddy
cat.
giddy go giddy giddy go go giddy go.
If we're at home, we hear a lot of extra noise coming from home. I think we think the kitty is very cute. All right. So, fun fact about cats. So, when they need to take a bath, cats use, and since you guys are such attentive biologists and you know so much, I want to see if you know. Cats use what part of their bodies when they're ready to take a bath? Charles, what do you think? What do you think, Charles? Their tongue.
They
Yes.
lick their paws and then wipe them on the part of their body.
Yes.
And I can't see your screen share.
You can't see the screen share? Oh no. Okay, okay.
That's a snake.
That is a snake. All right, so I'm gonna unscreen share and re-screen share so that Charles can see it. So guys, can we just stop right here? Let's acknowledge our friends at home and our friends in the classroom for being excellent and guessing all of the mystery animals like that. And also you guys taught me facts about the animals. So you helped each other and you helped me learn. All right, we're gonna meet our author, then we're gonna do our story.
Screen. Oh, there.
Can we see the screen now?
No, it wasn't. It was just a pair.
Charles, can you see it? No?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, amazing. So friends, here is our author for today. Her name is Jane Yolen. And I want to share 3 pieces of information about her. Let's start with the top corner. There's a number written here. Without shouting out, who can raise their hand and tell me what number is written up there? I love that no one is shouting out. We're raising our hands so nicely. Okay, Wheeler.
400.
He says 400. That is correct. But if you put that number all together, let's go to Birdie maybe. What number is it?
400.
400. Now, you guys know that that's 400 up on the board, but you don't know why it's there, right? 400 is there because that is the number of books that Jane Yolen has written. That's a few books or a lot of books? A lot of books. Yes, she's been writing since she was very young, and she used to write before there were computers. So before there were computers, and you wanted to write a book, you would write it on what? What is that there? I'm looking for a friend on Zoom. Anybody friends on Zoom know what that is? Islet does. What is it, Islet?
Paper.
She writes on paper using what tool? What is this kind of black looking thing right there? Anybody
Pencil.
know? Ooh, pencils. Elliot, what is it?
It's a printer.
Ooh, a printer. That's an awesome guess. You do print things on it, but it's not called a printer necessarily. Charles, what do you think?
Typewriter.
Oh, could you say that again? You're right.
Typewriter.
It's a typewriter. She wrote books on a typewriter. Now, do you think typewriters have a backspace key for when you make a mistake? No. So do you think it would be easier to write a book on a typewriter or harder?
Harder.
Absolutely harder. Harrison helps me out with that. Harrison, put your mask on, please. So when you think about Jane Yolen, who also wrote for her school newspaper, remember that she's written tons of books, even on a typewriter. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop screen sharing, and I'm gonna highlight this video. All right, so that you guys can see the book, both here in Miss Vanderandy's classroom and at home. Friends, can we see the book? Yes.
No. No.
Okay. Some people can't see it super well. Now, friends in Miss Vanderandy's room, can we see the book? Yes. Let's see. Do we do light helpers anymore or no? Elliot. Elliot, you're the electrician. Would you please turn the lights off so that we can see the colors of our book a little bit better?
Okay.
Thank you for being a helper. All right, friends. So we're reading How Did Dinosaurs Choose Their Pets? Written and illustrated by Jane Yolen. And guess what? Someone shared that they already have that book at home.
All of those.
Amazing. All right. Our illustrator today is Mark Teague. Now, guys, is this a fiction story or is it a true story?
It's a fiction story.
Fiction story, that is right. Because would dinosaurs have pets like this? No. But it's still fun to hear their stories. No, yes, and there aren't dinosaurs anymore. So, how does a dinosaur pick out his pet? Does he go on a prowl with a stick and a net? Now, guys, the word
What's a prowl?
What's a prowl? That's a good question. So a prowl is when you're moving, but you're trying to be like a little bit sneaky about it. So you're like, da, 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 da. That would be a prowl. So it's like moving sneakily so that people couldn't maybe hear you or see you. So see how he's on his tippy toe there? He's like looking back to see if anybody's looking at him.
No, he can see somebody.
Yeah. Does he head to the zoo and does he take home a big cat? What kind of cat is he taking home?
A tiger.
A tiger. And what does his mom say about that? Now let's use our imaginations. Imagine we brought a tiger home to our grown-ups. What do we think our grown-ups might say?
No.
No. Elliot says that their grown-ups might say yes. Oh, nice. I can tell you what my grown-ups would say. No, 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 no. That's what it would look like. Ford says his grown-ups might say, holy moly. All right, let's keep going. Oh, what would your grown-ups say, Wheeler?
They would say, put that down, or we will have to give it away.
Wheeler says his grown-ups would say, put that down or we'll have to give it away. Oh, Colin wants to say what his grown-ups might say. Oh, no. He says that they would not be okay with a big hat at their home. They would. So, does she drag a huge elephant back in a wagon with both its long trunk and its wee tail a-dragging? Wee tail, so wee in this sentence means, do you think big tail or little tail?
Big.
Look at wee tail. So look how big the trunk is and look at wee tail, big or little? Actually, little this time. Is that what you were going to say, Vina? Little. Vina says little. Or, speaking of dragons, does he go acquire, so does she go get a high-flying beastie who loves to breathe? What do dragons breathe?
Fire.
Fire. I certainly hope not. My grown-ups would not be into this either. Yeah. Oh. All right, guys. I'll see that my friends on Zoom are ready to keep going because they're listening quietly. Vina's listening quietly. Colin and Harrison are listening quietly. And so are Ford, Wheeler, and Elliot. That tells me we're ready to keep going. Does he pick out a boa constrictor for play? Does it look at his dog in a very odd way?
What's an odd?
Odd means in a strange way. But in this story, what do we think the snake might want to do with the dog?
Eat it.
Maybe eat it. Is that what you're going to say, Wheeler?
Well, no, but how constrictors are real?
They are real. So this book has made up dinosaurs trying to get pets, but it's got real animals, right?
Like cats and dogs.
Yeah, and boa constrictors.
No,
Tigers.
one is not real. A dragon.
Yes, it's got a mix, right?
Dragons are not
Mm.
real.
Yes. So friends, I think we know that this story has a mix of real animals and made up animals. That's what fiction stories will do. All right, I see Colin's ready to keep going. You gotta raise your hand for it. All right, does he sneak? Elliot, show me that you're ready by peeing. Eyes are forward on the story. Does he sneak an iguana inside of a cap? Or lead home a kangaroo by a really long strap without shouting out? Why does the kangaroo need a really long leash? What do you think? Yeah, so when it's bouncing, it doesn't pull the pterodactyl over. Does he ask for a manatee, maybe a whale, or wish for a shark that he can keep in a pail? That's very silly. Does she carry off a tortoise, a zebra, or a mink, giving them hay and cola to drink?
What's a mink?
Is that what you think? All right, guys. So look
What's
carefully. And I'll take a walk around this Vander newsroom so you can see. See, not these guys, not the zebras. See the guy next to the zebra?
Yeah.
That's a mink. So he kind of looks like between like an otter and a badger. And I'm going to walk around the room so our friends in here can see the little mink. Also, if you look closely, we've got our mink and we've got these guys over there.
You don't need it now.
I guess it is not.
That's a good question. Harry
Not
says,
yet.
why is the dinosaur giving them hay? Should we be like the dinosaur? Do you think that's a good choice? Hay and cola? Nah. I think the dinosaur is being silly. All right. No, a dinosaur doesn't
She knows what to do. She never brings anything home from the zoo. She goes to a shelter or a pet store or a farm to find a small creature who will do no harm. No harm.
Who's the creature that guy bought on the farm?
Oh, good question. I'll show you. Do you see? Yeah,
So
some
cute.
bunnies.
And beavers
He
too.
brings home maybe a kitten or a hamster, gerbil, or a dog. So he can teach them manners as they both grow up. She cares for her pet and gives love even more.
Oh, there he is.
There's the pet.
Yeah.
It's a big book, so it's hard to show all the parts. Hugs to your friend, little dinosaur.
Wait, who's the pet that dude has?
And you can see the puppy's given a kiss. So friends, we're gonna start on part 1 of an animal project. And it's gonna have some coloring. So we're gonna do a little bit of the coloring today. And it's important for my friends to realize that we're not gonna finish this today. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna share my Zoom screen again. So we're gonna hold on for 1 second. There we go. And I'm gonna show my friends here and at home what it looks like. We're gonna be doing a sort where we color wild animals or pet animals, and we're gonna be deciding which animal goes in which spot. And let me show you what it looks like. So today I'm giving everybody their animals so that they can color them. So step 1, I'm gonna hand you guys the sheet and I'm gonna have it face down for a reason, and that's because
I don't have those.
your family has them in Jupiter to print out for you, okay? They're in Jupiter and in their email. So on the back of your page for friends who are Miss Vanderendy's room, step 1 is write your name. Then you may flip it over and start to color the animals. So for example, if I was coloring the tiger, what color should I get in my box? Orange. And should I go like that?
Charles.
Yeah, when we do the scribble scrabble, it's hard to see. I will try to color him in so that I can still see his stripes just a little bit
Oh,
lightly.
that's cool. You can use the color here.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
can.
if I was going to color my monkey, what color should I choose? Brown. And I'll color my little monkey in.
It's not.
So we're going to start this today. And friends, if you're in Miss Vanderendy's class, I'm going to take this with me so that I can keep it safe for you for Wednesday when we're going to keep working on it. So first thing is put your name on it. Put your name on it. No, write your name. That's our job. That way I'll know whose paper it is. If your name isn't on there, I won't know it's yours. Start with your name, then you may flip over and color. Thank you for being patient with Harrison. All right, Ford has his name on his page, so he's ready to turn it over and color. All right. Let's see. There we go. Oh, now I can see my friends at home again. I had it set where I could only see the pictures. All right, yes, Isley.
Is it like this?
Yes, as if that's the animal, yes.
I don't have that coloring page.
Okay, it's in your grown-up email.
I do not have that coloring page. Is it this one?
No, it is not that one. Isley, it's in your grown-up email. If you don't have it right now, since we just have a few more minutes of library, you can just free color.
So
Guys,
who would the email be from?
It's from Jupiter. It'll say Jupiter Ed message from probably Emily Eccles. I think that's what it looks like.
All right, cool.
Thank you, no worries.
All right, I see Ford is coloring an orange tiger. Can somebody help me out? What color should I do my crocodile?
Green.
Thank you, friends on Zoom too. So I'm coloring in my little crocodile. He's not perfect, but he looks pretty cute. All right. Seems like I need to finish my monkey though, right? Yeah, I got my brown monkey.
What's that one?
Library animal.
Animal.
Oh, okay, so it's not these.
Let me see.
No, it's not that.
Okay, so
It
let me
looks
ask.
like it's like the screen. It looks
So
like
is this in the Jupyter? How do I get to print this out? The library.
It's an attachment in the Jupyter message.
Okay.
So I think if you click on it, it'll pop up to your PDF reader and then you can print it.
Okay, great.
All right, I see.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. I'm glad you found it. Oh, Dina has a color part underneath written there. Wheeler's already having his name. Oh, Colin, the directions were not to get out scissors. They were to color for today. But guess what? On Wednesday, we're going to use our scissors. So today is write your name, Colin. Great. Then we're going to color the animal. We don't need our scissors yet, but we will on Wednesday. Okay, there we go. What color do you think the lion should be?
Yellow.
Yellow. So yellow for the lion, but what about the lion's mane, guys?
Like brownish.
Brownish kind of red, right? So if I had a brownish red, like maybe like this color? There we go. Ah, thank you. Somebody just said something kind about my lion. Thank you, Gina.
It was me.
Oh, is it Ford? Oh, thank you, Ford, for saying something kind about my lion. I haven't read you guys the bucket book yet this year, but that fills up my bucket. Oh, the nose would be pink. Oopsies. Oh, thank you.
You can press the erase button.
Yes, the erase button is the backwards arrow. Thank you. Elliot's filling up my bucket right now. Elliot's saying that looks good. Thank you.
So what's that thing with the X on it? Like what's the pink thing with the X on it?
Oh, this? You want to see?
Yeah.
It's the eraser.
Yeah, because I always use the eraser.
Ah. All right. Oh, guys. So friends who are on Zoom, it's 11:45. I will see you on Wednesday. Please bring your animal sheets with some scissors and glue, okay? And I'm also going to send your grown-ups one more thing to print out. So I will see you guys on Wednesday. It's been so fun to be
Bye, Miss Eccles. Bye.
All right, friends, so I'm going to keep your animals safe for Wednesday when we work on them again. So when you're ready to give me your animals to keep safe, hold up your paper. And I'm going to check to make sure it's got your name on it. Is anybody ready?
I haven't even caught on the dog.
We're going to finish them on Wednesday. We're going to finish them on Wednesday. All right, great. Everybody ready? Ready, Dina? We're going to finish up. You can finish on Wednesday. I'm going to do it. Ford's got his name. Thank you, Elliot. Have the start of your name.
All right, and hello, kids at home. Hi, Finn. Hi, Aya. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Isley. You already have your math book out, Catherine. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead
I'm going to count on to 3. You can get it. 3.
and let's check off on our schedule. Let's see here. We are going to check off library. Next on our schedule is math, then story time, and then we're done. So just some math, story time, and then we're all done. Okay, so for math today, y'all at home are gonna need your bear counters. So if you're at home, get your bear counters. If you're at school, I'm gonna pass them out to you. Thank you, Ms. Eccles. See you Wednesday. Well, first we're just gonna do our bear counters. Then we'll do math. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Okay. All right. Did everybody at home get your bear counters out? You have your bear counters? And if you can't find your bear counters, you can use blocks too. That's totally fine. You could either use blocks or bear counters. Okay? All right, guys. I am going to write a number on the board. And I want you to show me that many bear counters. Okay? Like if I write a number 1, I want you to show me 1 bear counter. If I write a number 4, I want you to show me 4 bear counters. Okay? We'll do that soon, Catherine. Not quite yet, sweetie, but we'll do it soon. Okay, here I go. I'm going to write my first number. This is how many bear counters I want you to show me. 2. What number is that? Elliot says 2. 2. Nice. Finn is showing me 2 bear counters. Catherine and Vina and Harrison and Colin and Wheeler and Elliot are showing me 2 bear counters. I said Colin. Yeah. And Elliot too. Everybody's showing me 2. Nice job, friends. Okay, good job, Catherine. I'm gonna erase this number, and now I'm gonna write another number. Okay, show me this many bear counters. What number is that? 4. Yeah, that's the number 4. Elliot says that's a 4. Good. Wheeler showed me 4. Harrison showed me 4. Elliot and Vina and Finn showed me 4. There's Catherine and Ford has 4. Wonderful. Good job, everybody. Colin, do you have 4 bear counters? Did you show me 4? Look, how many are you supposed to show me? How many? There we go. Good job, Colin. All right, I'm going to erase my number 4. Good job, Aya. Here's an easy one. Here's a real easy one. Show me this many bear counters. Just the number 1. Super easy. You should show me 1 bear counter. Good job, kids at home. Nice job, kids in class. Awesome. Okay, now show me this many bear counters. What number is that? The number 3. So show me 3 bear counters. Good job, Elliot and Harrison and Ford and Wheeler and Vina and Colin and Finn and Catherine and Aya. Awesome. Okay, last one, and then we're going to do some work in our math books. Show me, this is the trickiest one. Show me this many bear counters. Ooh, that's the biggest number we've done so far. What number is this? 5. It's the number 5. Elliot says it's the number 5. Aya's holding up 5 bear counters. Yes. Wheeler's showing me 5. Harrison and Vina and Ford and Catherine are showing me 5. So's Finn. Nice job, everybody. And Colin's counting 5. Awesome. Okay, good job, friends. I'm going to erase my number 5. Now, you can put your bear counters away. You can put them off to the side. Good job, Colin. If you're in the classroom, you can put your bear counters back in the bag. And good job. And we're going to find our math textbook. We're going to find our math textbook. You can put your bear counters, if you're in the classroom, you can put in your black bin. See that black bin? You can put your bear counters in your black bin. Okay, we're going to find our math textbooks. So it starts with a T here, and it's the dark orange one. It's the dark orange math textbook with a T. Good. And we're going to try to find page 27, a 2 and a 7. We're going to try to find page 27. You got it, Elliot. Good job. A 2 and a 7. So page 27 is a 2 and a 7. Oh my gosh, Miss Brooke, this is like so helpful. You have no idea. Normally I'm like running like from here and then back to here and then like back to here. So this is, oh my god, this is amazing. You guys have all met Miss Brooke, right? I think so. Okay, so page 27, a 2 and a 7, and it looks like this. Okay, we're gonna get our pencils out. Let's go ahead and get your pencils out. We'll keep looking. And you're gonna draw a line from the number of balloons to the number over here that matches. Hi, Charles. Okay, so there's one red balloon. So you would draw a line with your pencil from the number 1 to the one red balloon.
Can you do it now?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do it. I'll do it with you. So I have my pencil. I'm going to draw a line from the one red balloon down to the number 1. Now, how many pink balloons are there? Count the pink ones. How many did y'all count? You counted 3? 3 pink balloons? Okay, well, where's the number 3 here? There, Ford says it's all the way at the bottom there. So draw a line from the 3 pink balloons down to the number 3. Good job. Nice work, Colin. Okay, what about those green balloons? How many green balloons are there? Let's see. Vina says 5. Why don't you count them just to make sure? Looks good, Colin. You even have your pencil out. That's awesome. I see Wheeler working and Vina and Elliot and Ford working. Good job, Colin and Harrison. Wonderful work, Finn and Aya. Awesome. Okay, so let's count the green balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna draw a line from the green balloons to the number 5. And then what about the yellow? How many yellow balloons are there? Catherine says 4. Vina and Ford say 4. Okay, I'm gonna draw a line from the yellow balloons over to the number 4. Good. Okay, and then the last 2. How many are those orange balloons down there? How many orange balloons are there? 2. 1, 2. So we're gonna draw a line from the orange balloons to the number 2. Okay, yours should look like this. Did everybody use pencil? Nice work, everybody. Wow, Elliot, you're doing awesome. You too, Vina. Okay, now you get to use markers, crayons, or colored pencils. You can use anything you want to color in on page 28. So turn the page 1 page to page 28, a 2 and an 8. Turn the page 1 page to page 28. Elliot, you are doing awesome. Okay, let's see what page 28 says. Let me read the directions on page 28. What, sweetie? I don't know. Let's see. So page, we're going to do tomorrow. This one we're going to do today. This one. Okay, the directions say, color the correct number of beads. Oh, so you could choose a marker. You could choose a crayon, you could choose a colored pencil, you could choose any color you want. And it says, color the correct number of beads.
Can you do it now?
Yes, Catherine, you can start. Let me do one with you so you can see. Okay, I'm gonna choose to use a blue crayon, but y'all can use any color you want. Okay, let's see. What number is that right there? That's the number 4, right? That's the number 4. So how many beads should I color in? So I should color in 4 beads. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I colored in 4 beads to match the number 4. Let's see. What number is this? What number comes next? That's the number 2. So I think I'm going to do a purple for this, but you can use any color you want. And I'm going to color in 2 beads. 1, 2. There we go. Y'all are doing great. All right, and the next one. How many should I color in on this row? What number is that right there? That's the number 1. So I'm going to color in 1. All right, and then last one. That's our big number. What number is that down there? The last one? That's the number 5. Nice work, Isley. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, I'm going to give you guys at home, I'm going to give you friends at home a couple minutes to keep coloring, to keep doing this, and I'm going to help some kids in the classroom. I'm going to put this right here so you can see it. That's okay, keep coloring. Very good. You can put your notebook away. And forward. Awesome. Now forward, you can put your notebook away. Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad.
That was amazing.
And utilize me whenever.
That was incredible. You have no idea.
I'm so glad.
Because I've been like running. Like,
Oh yeah, I bet.
Miss Van der Randy, I'm done.
Let me see, Aya. Let's see that.
All right, we only got one more.
Wonderful coloring, Aya. Catherine, awesome coloring. And I know I saw Isley's already. Y'all did fantastic. Yay. And Wheeler, if you're
Guess
still
what? My
working,
stepmother Laura.
don't worry, Wheeler. You can keep on coloring. No worries. What were you going to say, Aya?
I was just telling you something. My stepmother Laura's here.
Oh, cool. Tell Laura hi for me. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's check off math. But if you're still coloring in your math book, don't worry. Keep coloring. No rush. But I'm going to check off math over here. There we go. And next on our schedule is story time. And after story time for the kids at school, they're going to pack up and go home. And kids at home, you're already home. All right, let me get our stories we're going to read today for story time.
I might talk to my dad off.
You are? That's fun.
No, I'm fine.
Where did I go? You might, you're not sure if you are. School bus, and I Oh, do you like Magic School Bus? Okay, so yeah, nice, cool.
Miss
So-
Randy,
yes, Catherine.
I watched the show. I watched the show. Man used to have that.
Oh, so a lot of us have watched the show. Catherine and Vina and Elliot and Ford and Charles. A lot of us have. Yes, one time or several times actually, I dressed up as Miss Frizzle for Halloween. It was really fun. Maybe I'll do that again this year. It was a really fun costume. Oh my gosh, Vina says her mom wants to be Miss Frizzle for Halloween too. What if we were both Miss Frizzle? That'd be awesome. Yes, Charles, what do you need? Or not Charles, sorry. Ford, what do you need, sweetie? Did you have your hand raised? Oh, okay, Ford just wanted to say he's seen it. Okay, so since we're learning about the sun, this one's the Magic School Bus, lost in the solar system. There is a video. Okay, let's get quiet so we can hear. It was field trip day again in Miss Frizzle's class. Everyone was excited. We were going to the planetarium to see a sky show about the solar system. And kids in the classroom, I am going to make it bigger so you can see it up there. Okay, you can see it better that way. Okay. Arnold's cousin Janet was visiting our class for the day. Look, it's right up there, sweetie. Well, that's as best as we're gonna do it. Elliot, my electrician, you wanna turn the lights off? We might be able to see better that way. I know all of you will be nice to our guest, said Miss Frizz. So they're going to the planetarium and Arnold's cousin Janet is visiting for the day. We tried to be nice to Janet. We really did. But as we got on the school bus, we told her that Miss Frizzle is the weirdest teacher in school. But Janet wasn't very interested. She wanted to tell us all about herself. As usual, it took a while to get the old bus started, but finally we were on our way. As we were driving, Miss Frizzle told us all about how the Earth spins like a top as it moves in its orbit. It was just a short drive to the planetarium, but Miss Frizzle talked fast. When we got to the planetarium, it was closed for repairs. Class, that means we'll have to return to school, said the Frizz. We were so disappointed. On the way back, as we were waiting at a red light, something amazing happened. The bus started tilting back, and we heard the roar of rockets. Oh dear, said Miss Frizzle, we seem to be blasting off. Children, we are going through the atmosphere, the layers of Earth, or the layers around the Earth. When the roar of the rocket stopped, we looked around. Everything had changed. The bus had turned into a spaceship, and we were all dressed in spacesuits. And we were lighter than feathers. We floated above our seats. Far behind, in the black sky, we saw the planet Earth getting smaller and smaller. We were traveling in space. We had become astronauts. The Frizz said our first stop would be to the moon. We got off the bus, looked around, and there was no air, no water, no sign of life. All we saw were dust and rocks and lots of craters. Miss Frizzle said the craters were formed billions of years ago when the moon was hit by meteorites.
What are craters?
So craters are those big kind of holes in the moon. Yes, you can make sure you wash your hands really well. Those are big craters, the holes in the moon. They were caused by meteorites hitting the moon. Meteorites are falling chunks of rock and metal. We zoomed toward the sun, the biggest, brightest, and hottest object in the solar system. Jets of super hot gases shot out at us from the surface. Thank goodness Miss Frizzle didn't get too close. She steered around to the other side and pulled away. We'll be seeing all the planets in order, class, explained the Frizz. Mercury is the first planet and closest to the sun. Mercury was a dead, sun-baked planet. The planet is a lot like our moon. There is no water and hardly any air, said the Frizz. Notice the craters on its surface as we passed by. Before long, we felt ourselves being pulled in by the gravity of Venus. Did you wash your hands? Yeah.
Wait, Venus has gravity?
Apparently it does. The second planet from the sun.
I thought space didn't have any gravity.
It says, before long, we felt ourselves being pulled in by the gravity of Venus. So I think Venus has gravity that like pulls you closer to it.
Cool.
Venus was completely covered by a thick layer of yellowish clouds. We will now explore the surface of Venus, said Miss Frizzle. Below the clouds, Venus was as dry as a desert. The ground was covered with rocks, and it was hot. It was about 400 degrees. That's much hot. So that's Celsius, so even hotter than, so it's real hot. That's much hotter than an oven bakes cookies. The air was so heavy, we could feel it pressing down on us. Miss Frizzle said there might be volcanoes around too. We said, let's get out of here. Our next stop is Mars, the red planet. Fourth from the sun, announced the Frizz. On our way, we'll be passing through the orbit of Earth, the third planet. The bus lifted off with a roar. As we came close to Mars, we passed its 2 moons, which are called Phobos and Deimos. Compared
What
to
do those little guys say?
what does what say?
Those little 2 things on your. He means the thing on the moon.
Oh, right here. If I have time, I'll read those, but I don't think we're gonna have time to read all those things. As we came close to Mars, we passed its 2 moons. They were tiny compared to our moon, and they're not even round. Looking down, we saw a huge canyon. Miss Frizzle said it was as long as the United States. There was a volcano 3 times taller than the tallest volcano on Earth. And all around, there were channels that looked like deep riverbeds. We landed and started walking around. Suddenly, a huge dust storm blew up. Miss Frizzle said the dust storms on Mars can last for months. They may cover the whole planet. We scrambled back on the bus and headed out. Mars is the last of what we call the inner planets. Miss Frizzle shouted above the roar of the rockets. We will now be going through the asteroid belt to the outer planets. All right, so we're gonna stop there, but I'm gonna put my pencil in as a bookmark, and we will read the rest of this book in morning meeting tomorrow, okay? So I have my bookmark in. We will start reading about the outer planets in morning meeting tomorrow, everyone. Because story time is over, and it is now time for the kids at school to pack up and go home. If you're at home, you're already home, and you're all done for the day. I will see everyone in the morning. You want to wave bye? Bye, everybody.
Bye.